Hello and welcome. The lights on my BMW Z4 were looking a little bit tired. There's a polycarbonate lens on these cars that fades over time, and as the lights on this car aren't the strongest, I thought it'd be good to restore them to their former shine. To complete the job, I used Turtlewax's Headlight Lens Restorer. In the box you get a clarifying compound, some spray lubricant for when polishing the lens, 2 double-sided pads with 4 levels of grit, and 2 whites with a protective coating for afterwards. First we need to wash the headlight with a soapy solution to take off any dirt that's on the surface or any bug splats. Then we need to mask off around the light to protect the paintwork whilst polishing. Take small strips of tape and work your way around the headlight until it's fully covered. The first step of the treatment is to use some clarifying compound. Put a generous blob onto something cotton and work into the headlight. Leave for a minute or so for it to dry and go hazy, and then using a clean side of the cloth, wipe off the excess. You'll see straight away that it makes a real difference to the headlight. If you're happy with the finish, you can just stop here, but it looks like they could go a little clearer, so I'll continue with the polishing. You start with the number 1 pad. This has the strongest level of grit. Spray the lubricant onto the lens and begin scrubbing back and forth to remove the surface layer of oxidation. Make sure you maintain firm and even pressure with the pad and work your way across it in sections so you don't miss any. You should polish for about a minute, and this next bit I'm just going to speed up. Make sure you keep applying the spray lubricant to keep the surface wet. Dry off with a towel and you'll see that the surface has now gone hazy, where you've taken off the top layer of the light. Now we move on to the second pad, which is a higher grit and isn't as abrasive. Second polishing done, we move on to the third. As you move up the levels of grit, you'll see that the hazing becomes less and less. Onto the fourth pad now, and there's barely any abrasion here, it's just to smooth and flatten the surface. Once we've completed all 4 levels of sanding, we apply some clarifying compound in the same way we did earlier. The kit does recommend using a polishing head on a rotary drill to get that real deep shine. Now that's looking much better, it's best to do the other side before we get onto the final coating. To recap, we clean the lens, mask off to protect the paintwork, apply the clarifying compound, allow it to dry to a haze, buff off, then work your way through the different pads starting with number 1, 2, 3 and 4, making sure you use lots of spray lubricant to keep the surface wet whilst you're sanding. Finish off with the clarifying compound, and now both headlights are ready for the final sealing. For this I'd recommend wearing rubber gloves, as the coating is an irritant. You start with the base coat wipe, making sure you cover the whole surface of the headlight. As soon as it's dried, quickly follow up with the lens sealing wipe. You'll notice that this solution is a lot more gooey and applies almost like a lacquer over the face of the headlight. This is going to protect it from UV and the elements and should stop the lens from clouding up anytime soon. Once the coating is touch dry, you can then take off the masking tape. It will take about 24 hours to cure, but you can drive it straight away. You can now see just how much of a difference this kit has made. It costs around £15 and took the best part of an hour to do. I'd recommend this kit to anyone who wants to keep their lights shining bright. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you soon.